Previously, on Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. The Magatama is the one Yuri has, and the mirror is Chizuru.
Yeah.
The fucking mirror is the fucking mirror that Mane has.
Oh wait, yeah, you're cooking here.
Oh my god, I am so glad I know KOF lore now.
Yep.
You know what that leaves though? The Magatama. Wait, so it's the one making the fucking waves, fucking Orochi, the fucking serpent. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Wasn't that fucker core cycle thing that we saw at the bottom of the ocean like a snake?
I think.
Oh my fucking god! Wait, the fucking thing behind the chains. Doesn't that look like a Magatama?
We've got a lot to think about.
We had to bring the free secret treasures to stop the fucking raging waves that is fucking Orochi! What the fuck, man?
Oh my, it's just the Orochi saga all over again.
Oh.
It's just the Orochi saga.
And now, back to the abyss. And dive for some more treasures, baby! Those ranks are not gonna go up by themselves, are they? Hello, everybody! User Ivans here, back here with Seth. Hello,
Yo.
Seth. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're back with more Paranormasight: The Mermaid's Curse. I cannot wait to continue this. Oh yeah, right. Don't mind me being in the minigame. I just wanted to check on the symbol of the. Actually, you know what? Might as well watch it together. The symbol of the fucking serpent and the symbol that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, that weird fucking symbol, it's around here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like a Magatama. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something different. But it's still something to take note of.
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
And then it was yeah, it was around here, where the big rocks were. Yeah, I think it was in between here. Oh, I didn't saw it. Oh wait, most probably because I need to go back and go back in again. But yeah, oh yeah, but also I ended up seeing the mythos of, well, the original mythos of the of this. That being because the Kusanagi sword, the Magatama and all that shit is coming from the original legend. So I was like, well, okay, I shouldn't rely too much on KOF lore to guide my head on this. So I ended up, well, at least give it a skim through the OG thingy. So, but yeah, the Kusanagi sword, which is Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Then there's the Yato mirror, and then the Yasakani Magatama. Because Yagami's family name was Yasakani before Orochi shit happened in the KOF. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Orochi actually was killed before even before the free relics in the original story. Because it was Susano that ended up killing Orochi after doing a plan, and inside Orochi he found the Kusanagi sword. So that's something that I didn't know, and now I know. And then the Yata mirror and the Magatama were, and also in itself the Kusanagi sword, were actually used for all three by one person, which I think it was Sakuna Hikona, another mythical person story. But yeah, either way, they are still the free relics of Japan. So be a KOF lore or not, those three treasures have to do something together. Okay, yeah, there's the fucker. Yeah, me thinks that's the Raging Waves curse.
Yeah. That actually would make sense now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so either way, we have to collect those free treasures. And so far, we only know about the Yata mirror. We don't know where the Magatama and the sword are. although we have a slight idea of what they could be. Anywho, let's continue with Yumeko Shige's story here.
Yep.
Date unknown. August 19th, the afternoon, ECC, Yamashina State. Oh yeah, so date unknown. Yeah, that didn't happen before with the other ones.
Yeah.
It was always August 7, right?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Mr. Yamashina, thank you for agreeing to meet with us on such short notice. I understand you're a busy man.
Not like I have much choice when it's a big wig from prefecture police badgering me to do so. So, Yoshiki from Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, Security Division, was it? Huh, and here I thought you were just some housemaid. You sure you're from the police in that getup?
Well, I am primarily a housewife by trade, but that's hardly important right now. You're also known as
Unkakudono!
Well, you don't say!
Oh, fuck. We actually know who he is now.
Yeah, we got the person.
Okay.
You're also known as Unkakudono, I believe. After hearing so many rumors, it's an honor to make your acquaintance.
Rumors, eh? Unkakudono, Yoshiatsu Yamashina. Yeah, Yoshiatsu Yamashina, male occupation tycoon. Oh, that's a new one. Age 70 years old. A wealthy tycoon who owns multiple companies and swathes of land, particularly in Tsu and Issei areas, born in the Taisho period and married. Yeah, because you have so many fucking bastard childs. His family first came into business in the Edo period, traveling from town to town selling talismans, miscanthus, reed hops, and other items to ward off evil spirits. During the Meiji period, this business expanded into a trading company, and the Yamashina family became prominent contributors to the development of the region. Born to the heir of the Yamashina family business and the daughter of a noble family, Yoshiatsu grew up in an affluent environment, where he received a thorough education tailored to gifted children. Following in the end of the war, Yoshiatsu inherited the company assets in his 30s, but was quick to sell off all the shares he owned, using the proceeds to buy and sell real estate and stocks, a practice that made him extremely wealthy. Yeah, if you know how to do this shit of stocks and all that business, yeah, you get wealthy fast. Of course, you need to know you need to know how. And this fucker clearly knew what he was doing. After amassing his fortune, he showed a keen interest in investing in ambitious young people, actively mentoring those he took a particular liking to. This approach led to the emergence of many successful businessmen, which included Shinobu Wakamaru. You don't say. Or Kameshima. Those who... That's how he knows him. Okay. Those who have received Yamashina support view him with both gratitude and a sense of awe bordering on reverence, referring to him as Unkakudono, a title that evokes a figure elevated above the clouds. Yamashina has always shown a strong attachment to wealth, even going so far as to partake in illicit activities such as illegal donations, tax evasion, insider trading, and media control, all in effort to garner ever more status and money. In the shadow of the many success stories enabled by his support, many more of his beneficiaries have fallen into bankruptcy or been arrested, fueling endless unsavory rumors about him to this day. Yamashina himself, however, seems to be unconcerned by these rumors, considering anything that does not directly harm him to beneath his notice. Even as a long-life bachelor, he has surrounded himself with many followers, both publicly and privately, and has never lacked for anything to satisfy his personal needs. A few years ago, he began to seriously consider the issue of a successor, driven by his determination that his beloved fortune should never fall into the hands of someone untrustworthy. Perhaps for this reason, he began to develop a keen fascination with immortality around the same time, and it is said to be secretly investing vast amounts of money into research on the topic. That's why he was looking for mermaids.
Yeah. Yes, I hear you've been doing some, under-the-table research into immortality.
Oh yeah, and also, I after seeing some other people stream the game, I ended up being reminded that, yeah, Yuta was in a lot of a hurry to also find a mermaid. Like, he said that I have until tomorrow. Why the hurry? We never got that answer.
I don't know if we will, actually.
Knowing this game, we most probably will. But, when? Now that's a question.
Yeah.
And so what if I am?
I'm just changing this guy's voice the more we go on.
Yeah. Well, now, I wouldn't have expected you to be such a dreamer. It does make you just a bit more relatable.
You can laugh all you want. What's it got to do with the police anyway?
It seems, on this particular occasion, it has quite a bit to do with the police, unfortunately.
You don't say.
These splendid gardens all fall within the grounds of Mr. Yamashina's Issei City estate. Part of me wonders why he needs so much space when he doesn't have a family. But I suppose he has an image to maintain.
Okay, before anything else, any birds? Fuck yeah!
Bird!
Who are you?
9!
Kidding killer. Oh, kiting? Kiting killer.
Fighting killer, yeah.
Okay, any other ones? If there's something... Nope. Hello there, buddy.
People like Yamashina have a tendency to underestimate me whenever I meet with them alone. Having someone intimidating like Sodo with me gets them to take me more seriously. I'm glad he's here with me today.
I'm amazed we were able to get an appointment with him this quickly.
Yes, all thanks to Detective Ide. It would seem he's quite the capable fellow.
Oh yeah, right, because Wakashima said that it takes like a fucking month to get in contact with this bastard. This is
This is... Wait, you mentioned the tax evasion thing earlier. He has Yoshi in his name.
How dare you mention it?
Yummy! I make that fucking joke.
Oh, it's been a while.
Okay. This is Yoshiatsu Yamashina. He's a tycoon with multiple properties and companies to his name, mostly based here in Ise-shima. He's long been rumored to have been involved in various shady dealings. Special Investigations has had an eye on him for a while now, but they haven't managed to find any concrete evidence so far. It seems he has a knack for pinning the blame on his subordinates for finding a way to slip away. Needless to say, he and the police are quite familiar with each other by this point. Though I don't doubt he has local police chiefs and politicians under his thumb behind the scenes. There's no need for me to get involved with all that. I'll be satisfied as long as I get the information we need from him. I'll get straight to the point. I believe you took a mermaid corpse into your possession this morning.
What?
That corpse is linked to an ongoing case. we came here to ask you to release it into police custody.
No idea what you're on about.
Of course, you will get something in return. We have some information I'm sure you'll find quite profitable in exchange.
Like I said, no idea what you're talking about. If that's all you came here for, then scrap.
Oh? Pity. I thought you'd be interested in what we had to share. Assuming you're really interested in immortality. Well, I suppose we barely know each other. It's only natural you'd be wary of our intentions. What do you say to a little chat to get to know each other better, Mr. Unkakudono?
She tends to hide that part of her neck where we saw that she had like...
Yeah, she had like a marking of some kind.
Yeah. Okay, about Yamashina.
I hear you've been putting quite a bit of effort into training up the younger generation recently. What's the take on today's youth?
Useless, a lot of them. Bunch of pushovers that have left this new generation trapped to go to their heads. We're the ones who built this country back up after the war, but they're out there strutting around like they own the place, far too big for their britches.
My, what a scathing review. Would our resident member of the new generation like to comment at all?
Look at his fucking face!
Yeah. Please
And then it immediately changes.
Please don't call me that.
He had like a fucking death glare.
Yeah.
I hear you've been searching for a successor, though. Given your strong opinions on the matter, I take it that you're struggling. Though I can see why that would lead to a desire for immortality. After all, there's no need to...
What the fuck is that word?
Seed?
Whatever, sure. Hang on, you know what? Fuck it. Google to the rescue.
I'm pretty sure it's seed because of the proverb seeding your seeding your legacy.
Yes, okay.
Passing down your legacy.
Yeah, I have. It says it's a verb, and it's another way to say give up.
Yeah, give up your yeah.
And the pronunciation is in fact seed. Okay.
Yep.
I have never seen that word before.
I have. Well, at least it sounds familiar enough.
Yeah. Okay.
After all, there is no need to cede your legacy to someone else if you can remain in the reins yourself.
That might have been true when I started my research.
Oh, I take it that isn't the case now?
I'm no spring chicken. The thought of living 400 years like this ain't exactly appealing anymore. Don't see much point in immortality if I'm already long past my prime.
Well, that's certainly different from the rumors. My apologies for jumping to conclusion. You have my wholehearted agreement that immortality doesn't necessarily bring happiness, though.
Let me clear up one more thing while we're at it. I've already decided on my successor.
Tsukasa?
Oh?
Turns out the perfect candidate was right under my nose the entire time. I haven't told them yet, but they're a sharp one. They'll do a fine job.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear. I suppose that would mean you no longer have any need for immortality, then?
Who said I wasn't still interested? It simply has nothing to do with my successor. I still intend on continuing my research. For medical advancement, you understand? Think of it as doing my bit for society. You lot are always quick to assume the worst of whatever I do. How about you mind your own business for a change?
Well, there's not much we can say to that. We'll try to be more.
I did not read that.
We'll try to be more discerning from now on.
Thank you.
Whoops.
I've already chosen my successor. No need to harp on about it anymore. I'd rather running up my will and pass it off to my lawyer. You be sure to let your friends at the police know too.
About you, Meko.
By the way, you're obviously not just some run-of-the-mill cop. Who are you?
Why, I believe I mentioned it when I introduced myself. I'm just a simple housewife.
A likely tale. Well, that fellow next to you also got a strange air about him. He's an ordinary person, is he?
Aye, how observant of you.
He seems
I suppose you could say that, yes.
he seems so offended.
Again, the death stare. It's the fucking death stare.
Doesn't take a genius to see it. One of them phony psychic types, are you?
Phony. Phony.
Hit a nerve, did I? There are far too many of your kind around lately. Causing out those in power by feeding them a bunch of nonsense. Liars and cheaters, all of you.
You seem to have quite the chip on your shoulder about this, Mr.
I was about to say his name.
Mr. Yamashina.
Don't know if it's because of this occult craze going around, but I've seen far too many folks get taken in by that tribe. That Wakamaru over on Kameshima's one of them. Talk about a waste of potential.
Wakamaru?
That's why they were asking about Wakamaru on the island.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't say I care much about who you are anymore. You're going around with some funny psychic tells me all I need to know.
How dare you?
Sado, calm down. He can think what he wants.
About mermaids.
There is one thing I should warn you about. Eating the flesh of that mermaid you found won't grant you immortality.
And what would you know about that?
Well, you know, one hears all sorts of things in this day and age. I don't know where it came from, but there seems to be a legend that eating mermaid flesh will grant one immortality. All I wanted to say is, it's just that... a legend.
It's just that.
It's just that, a legend. It has no basis in reality at all.
Thank you. Yeah. My brain kind of just stopped for a sec.
How can you be so sure?
Just think about it. If that legend were true, wouldn't it be strange that no confirmed immortals have ever been found?
So about
Well-
that.
Yeah, who's to say they aren't just living in hiding?
The legend of Yao Bikuni is passed down in over 100 places across Japan, yet not a single verifiable immortal has ever been found to show for it.
So you mean to say all those legends were fake? Please. If even just one of those tales is true, there's always the chance there's an immortal hiding away somewhere.
See, you really are quite the dreamer, aren't you?
I figure you were trying to bluff me out of that mermaid corpse for some reason or another. But now I'm sure of it. That thing's hiding some sort of secret, isn't it? Something you don't want me to find out.
Oh. That's what they were doing. Gotcha. So it's not technically that we were telling him that it wasn't possible, but rather we were just wanting him to hand it the mermaid.
Yeah.
So you admit you have the mermaid corpse then? Oh, don't worry. We assumed as much from the start. If I'm not mistaken, that mermaid was in a sort of mummified state, no? I tell you'll be eating it as is. Surely there's no harm in handing it over.
So you can have it for yourself? You won't fool me that easily.
I don't think that a rare specimen like that ought to be placed in such care of a property research institute? Proper research institute.
I'm saying I'll get a specialist research institute to study it. No problem solved.
I suppose so.
I'll make sure that mermaid gets studied properly. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, okay. Thanks for later.
By the way, you're quite well connected around these parts, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm?
This doesn't have anything to do with what we came here to talk about. But I was hoping you'd happen to recognize the person in this sketch. It seems he lived in the Ise-shima area around 6 years ago.
Nope, never seen him.
I assumed you've heard the news of about the old human bones found on the seabed. This is a sketch of one of the victims from that case. I'm sure you have no idea who it could be.
You sure?
Are you sure? Sorry.
First I heard of it, actually. Got no interest in things that have nothing to do with me.
Who might this Wakamaru be?
Wakamaru is one of my proteges. He's the one currently in charge over on Kameshima. Used to have high hopes for that one, but that changed when he came under the thrall of some phony sorcerer in Tokyo.
A phony sorcerer in Tokyo?
You were right. Since then, there's been no end to his nonsense. Buying properties out in the mountain, changing company names. All because of something this sorcerer whispered in his ear. He even told me the layout of my house was unlucky and tried to get me to renovate the place. Just recently, he was going on about some curse causing a big storm. That sort of rubbish.
So not so funny.
Yeah. Storm caused by a curse, you say?
Even so, the storm 5 years ago was caused by the same curse. He's been trying to wheedle me into helping him find some way to stop it. But I'm done with him and his ramblings. Man's clearly a lost cause. He'll be coming over here tomorrow morning, but I'm thinking it's time to have someone else take the reins over on Kameshima.
I see. So even though you believe in immortality, you refuse to associate with anything to do with the occult?
And you do? I figure someone claiming to be a cop would have more sense on that. How are you meant to solve crimes if your criminals can just pull off curses left and right?
Won't find me disagreeing there. So, what exactly has this Wakamaru been saying about this curse?
Hell if I remember. Why don't you go to Kameshima and ask the man yourself?
Maybe we will. Thank you for the information. Is there anything you can tell us about the phony sorcerer this Wakamaru is so devoted to?
Wakamaru went on about how there's some big shot who appear on television. I never heard of him. As I said, just ask him yourself.
Again, I swear if it's Sweden Gamioro.
Yeah. Of course. We'll be sure to do so.
I'll make sure that mermaid gets started, blah, 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 blah. Think.
After looking into the corpse of the mermaid found earlier this morning, it seems highly likely that it was taken into custody of Mr. Yamashina here. He's quite the big shot around here. With plenty of weight to throw around both politically and financially. Of course, all the local police know him, and of his moniker, Unkakudono. We had to get one of the higher-ups to act as an intermediary to even get a meeting with him. I had to, like, squint my eyes for that one. Personally, I'm happy as long as I can get the mermaid corpse back for him. Although I certainly won't complain if he can tell us anything about the curse as well. I hear he's quite the...
Curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon. Okay, thank you. I, again, never seen that word. So we'll have to watch our step when dealing with him. How about this, then? If you agree to give up the mermaid, we'll tell you what we know in return. For someone who doesn't seem to believe in the occult, you seem awfully fixated on this mermaid and immortality. Which suggests to me you found something you consider quite conclusive.
Ugh, what are you on about now?
Well, I happen to know a bit more about mermaids than most people give.
Ma'am, are you sure?
It's fine. I had the opportunity to do some research into them a while back, you see.
You don't say, man.
Well, mermaids do indeed have the ability to grant a human immortality.
Ha! I knew it!
More precisely, individuals granted immortality in this way are known as 800-year-old immortals.
So they have a lifespan of 100 years.
That's right. As the name suggests, they gain 800 years remaining remaining life. During this time, they won't age a day.
Age.
And even if they die, they won't... Yeah, I said age.
I heard egg.
That's just because I'm trying to speak in a voice, and it's a little softer than my usual speaking voice.
Fair. Okay, fair.
And even if they die, they'll resurrect immediately.
Sounds like a real blessing.
No, I'm afraid it's anything but. One who defies the very laws of nature is no longer human. They're an anomalous being that should not be allowed to exist. As such, our position requires that any such individuals we find are dealt with as swiftly as possible. Indeed, this immortality was originally a curse mermaids placed upon humans.
A curse?
Immortality is neither a blessing nor salvation for the living. It's a curse that robs them of the ability to die. None of those who have become 800-year immortals have found happiness. Not one. It renders living among other humans impossible, and even makes them an outcast from society. Of course, there are a few years at first when life will be tolerable. But after that, every meeting ends in parting. You'll outlive whomever you love or are loved by. Even if you find acceptance, it will only be for a time. You'll always be shunned eventually. You'll experience this over and over for 800 years. 800 years unable to die, with loneliness as your constant companion. This is why so many see no other remorse than
Recourse.
Recourse. Fuck, I am... That's like how many times I've fucked up today. Fuck. This is why so many see no other recourse than a life of monastic seclusion, just as Yao Bikuni did. Why did that silhouette look like Sato?
Because she's Yao Bikuni, remember?
Oh, right.
I suppose that makes sense. Still, there are always there'll always be those who seek immortality. Always have, always will be.
You think so? I, for one, struggle to see the appeal. In any case, there are also certain conditions that must be met for this curse of immortality to be effective. Eating a mermaid's flesh alone isn't enough to make you an 800-year immortal.
Oh, and what exactly are these conditions?
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not aware of the specifics there myself.
Okay then. I'm guessing Sato would know the specifics if she recovered that memory. Yeah, a person who has gained an 800-year lifespan after being cursed by a mermaid. Someone who ingests a part of the body of a mermaid that meets certain conditions will be cursed, and become a being known as an 800-year immortal. Once cursed, the individual's own body is lost, and a provisional body is reconstructed using the parts of the mermaid ingested as a medium. Their soul is then transferred to this provisional body, which they are able to control as if it were their own, with their consciousness presiding over both their soul and body from the head. As such, they could already be considered to be more spirit in nature than human. If the individual is fatally wounded or contracts an illness that results in their death, their body will instantly be restored to its default state, allowing them to revive. In the event they lose any body parts, their heart will treat the largest remaining part of them as their main body and regenerate any lost part from there, with their removed parts subsequently vanishing. This even occurs in the event that the lost body part is the head. However, these individuals heal from non-fatal wounds at only a slightly faster rate than their bodies would be capable of naturally. As these people feel physical sensation and pain to the same extent as they would have in the original body, it is extremely difficult to tell whether an individual is an 800-year immortal or not unless they die, even for the individual themselves. The lifespan of this provisional body is 800 years from the time of its creation, due to the individual's original body already being lost. Not even Mermaid, responsible for the original curse, is able to dispel it. The individual will only see the end of their long life once 800 years have passed.
I can't say this much, at least. The mummy you have in your possession is no mermaid.
Huh? Bullshit! Ain't no way that's anything other than a mermaid!
What I mean to say is that mummy is a different being from the mermaids who wield this curse. Not all half-fish, half-human beings are mermaids. You see? In fact, calling them by all the same name is what leads to mishaps like this one.
Say what? You mean to tell me that's not a mermaid? That real mermaids are a completely separate thing?
That's right. Which is why I can say with confidence that eating its flesh won't make you immortal.
Huh, it's like you weren't bluffing after all. So what is that thing then? There's gotta be some reason you were after it.
I imagine that even if you had dissected it, say dissected and examined, all results would point to it just being a mess of fibers In other words, nothing more than a man-made fake. There's a very good reason for that, you see? That mummy is merely the corpse of an average human, twisted beyond recognition by the curse of the forsaken fish.
What? Another curse?
Another curse wielded by mermaids, as it happens. That would be the remains of someone who died under it. It also happens to be the same curse responsible for the mermaids found every few hundred years or so across the country. You see now why we'd rather you... You see now why we'd rather you handed the mermaid over to us? The poor soul deserves a proper burial, same as anyone else. Surely even you're not so hard-hearted as to deny them that.
Curse is this, curse is that, it's all a bunch of hokum, if you ask me. That said, the report I got from the research institute earlier said exactly the same thing.
Why? I take it you already had the mermaid dissected, then.
They say it was likely a fake, but asked if I wanted them to keep going anyway. I told them to keep at it, but,
It should be clear now that you have nothing to gain from researching that corpse. Least of all information on immortality. Won't you consider handing it over?
My god, Sodo's fucking face!
Of course, we can always take you in on charges of abandonment and desecration of a corpse.
Alright, have it your way.
I'm so glad you've come around. Thank you for your cooperation.
I'll give you the damn mermaid, but in exchange, I want you to tell me one thing.
What is it?
You say there are real mermaids out there. Where are these real mermaids hiding then?
I suppose you could call it the eternal world.
The eternal world?
Oh, that one shit from the his story that we read, remember?
Yeah.
The one from fucking... yeah.
Yes, mermaids are not creatures of this world, you see. Their original home is Ryugu, the domain of the sea god.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
Ryugu? How do you get there?
I'm sorry to say that Ryugu's doors are only open to the dead. Going there is impossible for a living human.
Huh, you could claim anything with a fairy tale like that. It all sounds like hokum.
That said, the entrance to Ryugu is said to lie somewhere in the Issei Sea.
Do you think the fucking entrance is the thing that drags you down when diving?
Maybe?
Could be. And the storyteller was saying if we that we would know what this place was in time, and I'm pretty sure that was like a fucking tunnel that we were going through, like an entrance.
Yeah. There have been numerous sightings of mermaids crossing over to this world in the sea in the area's long history. Which is why Issei Bay has its share of mermaid legends too.
Now that you mention it, I heard one of those stories with it too. Some old tale about mermaids being found on some long lost island called Taishima or the like.
What? Wait a moment. Where did you hear that story?
Got your interest, have I? Looks like this story has some merit to it after all.
I was simply surprised, that's all. It's not a name I've come across in any historical records.
It's just something I heard from one of the young'uns I have out there looking for mermaids.
I see. Sounds like you've got a capable young hand.
He's a fucking tourist! He's a tourist!
Oh my.
They're looking for mermaids!
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's how this shit connects!
Beat connect.
We got it!
I don't suppose it would be possible to meet with this individual.
Nope, not happening. Unless you're willing to spill the beans on everything you know about mermaids, every last bit of info. Maybe, just maybe, I'd consider it then. It's clear you're an ordinary housewife after all.
Yes.
Not interested? Then this meeting is over. I'll hand the corpse over to the police as promised. But don't think I've given up on mermaids or immortality. If they really exist, I'll find them and make them mine.
Well, shit. There are now in August 1980 afternoon in a city area.
Hey there, you two. Wait, what the fuck voice did I give this guy?
I think more or less that one.
Sorry for calling you out here when you're so busy. I figured it'd be best to give you the rundown on our findings as soon as possible.
It's no problem. Go ahead.
Oh, Buster.
And what have we here?
Oh, this? It's a poster advertising Kameshima. Something about it catch your eye?
No, I was just thinking. Surely it would be better to put it somewhere tourists will actually see it.
Good point. Maybe they had some posters left over. Interested in Kameshima, are you? It's a nice place. Great tourist spot too. I recommend it.
This is one of Issei City's residential districts. Right now, the ground is so hot, the air around it seems to be shimmering.
Yeah, just like where I am right now. Oh, yeah, right.
The complete opposite of where I am.
Any birds?
Doesn't look like it.
Nope. Okay, any other surrounding findings that I can click on? Doesn't seem like it. Nope.
Despite the heat, Sodo looks as unruffled as ever. I do hope he isn't just pretending to be alright.
Let's hear what Detective Ide has to say.
Wondering about my suit, are you? It's just a cheap old thing. Sorry I don't have anything more presentable.
I feel you there.
I don't even own a suit. So did you manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina? Fuck. I'm gonna keep saying Yamashima for some fucking reason.
It's because of
I
Kameshima.
hate it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you again for your help there. It seems he's willing to hand over the body without any fuss.
Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon go to all that trouble to withhold a body? If everything I've heard is true, you could probably take him in on charges of desecrating a corpse, you know? Or was there something special about that corpse?
How observant of you, Detective. I can, of course, explain if you'd like to know more.
Wait a second, is it related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing if so.
Really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold.
Ma'am, please stop trying to rub him into helping us.
Honestly, poor guy. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
I've never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meeting go? I bet he was pretty wary of you being with the police. But he didn't try to pick a fight or anything, did he?
Well, I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we upset him. At least, probably.
You, don't sound very sure about that. Oh, right. That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. So I got all hands on deck to go around asking about that sketch you gave me. And when we finally found someone who recognized the victim...
Oh.
Oh, that's great news.
The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived in Kumano 7 years ago. Apparently, the sketch looked like a 19-year-old she threw...
She knew.
She knew... She threw? What the fuck am I saying? She knew who left the village to go to the city.
So 7 years ago, he was 19, no?
From the sound of it, the guy had no relatives to speak of. Left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that.
I see. That would make him a young man with no relatives left in his hometown behind 7 years ago. Did we get a name for our mystery man?
Sure did. His name was Kippei Ikoma.
Kippei Ikoma.
I looked him up on the residence registry, and it does look like he moved from Kumano to Ise City 7 years ago. It seems he doesn't live at the place he put as his address anymore. Yeah, because he's dead!
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I checked in with the apartment's landlord, and it would seem that about 6 years ago, the landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to both pay his rent and return to his apartment for several months straight. The landlord didn't put out a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid.
If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains.
We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always the possibility we've got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around just in case.
Please do.
Alright, top... Okay, yeah. Top testimonies indicate that the individual in the sketch resembles a youth by the name of Kippei Ikoma, who went missing 6 years ago. He has no known relatives. Alright, yep.
The woman we spoke to said that sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind it was Ikoma. Well, that accurate?
He's so pleased. Then I'm sure we got
He's
the
very
right
happy
person.
about that.
Yeah.
He's so happy about that. Still, how'd you even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim but bones. Ah, well, let's just say it's classified for now. Right, guess that means I shouldn't pry any further.
About Someko.
Oh yeah, I also looked into that lady you were asking about, Someko. Oh, yes, did you find anything? Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident even though she moved here 5 years ago. And nothing came up for Someko in the civil registry either. I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint. I see. Is that quite common? Happens. It's not unheard of for folks from this countryside to come here for work and just drift on. No one really knowing who they are. Apparently, it was really common during the post-war growth period. It seems we have quite the mystery woman on our hands. Yep. Though there is something I've been wondering about. Oh, let's hear it. You have some idea of who she might be? Well, have you ever heard of the Kameshima Southern Sea disaster? It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back. I have, yes. One of the victims of that disaster was an ama diver and housewife from Kameshima by the name of Mari Minakuchi. But it seems her maiden name was Someko.
There we go. Yep. That's what we were suspecting.
Our mystery woman shares a surname with our maritime disaster victim. I'm impressed you managed to dig that up. I was already looking into the Kameshima disaster because of the skeletal remains, so it was a happy coincidence, if anything. Oh, so you thought they might be related too? I'm glad it wasn't just me. Anyway, it seems like the bodies of those disaster victims were never found in the end, which got me thinking. Wait, are you saying? Yep. I was thinking Mari Minakuchi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago. You think she moved to Ichika and started going by her old name of Someko again? That's right. What do you think? Seems to be a long shot, but maybe? But if that's the case, why would she have stayed in Ichika for 5 whole years without thinking of contacting her family? Of thinking to contact her family? Maybe she lost her memories in the disaster? Right. If she only had her old memories to rely on, it wouldn't be that odd if she went back to using her old name.
Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. It is difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for 5 whole years.
It's possible she just never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing's more likely than you'd think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Mari Minakuchi from a report on the disaster. I haven't met this Somekawa myself, so could you take a look for me and let me know what you think? Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. What do you think, Sodo?
If she'd aged 5 years and grown badly gaunt, I can certainly see how this woman might come to resemble Mrs. Somekawa.
My thoughts exactly. So you agree it's a pretty solid theory? Certainly worth looking into, yes. But if she really is Mari Minakuchi, there's something else that concerns me. Oh wait, I said that in the wrong voice, I think.
No? Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. But if she really is Mari Minakuchi, there's something else that concerns me. Something else? Yeah, my bad. This is just what I've heard. But it seems like the islanders over on Kameshima think that this Mari Minakuchi is the cause of the disaster 5 years ago. What? Why would they think that? No idea. But it seems like it's pretty much taken for granted. But it seems like it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there. Even just mentioning her name is a sort of taboo. So I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt she couldn't go back to her home because of that. Surely not. It seems as good a reason as why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway. If she really is related to the storm 5 years ago, she's a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first. I can leave talking to Miss Somekawa to you two then. Or can I? Can I leave talking to Miss Somekawa to you two then? We'll handle that, yes.
Oh.
So people believe this Mari Minakuchi is called forth the curse of the raging waves.
Where do you think that is?
Yeah, my brain kind of just shut off for a second. Hang on.
Restarting.
So people believe this Mari Minakuchi called forth the curse of the raging waves 5 years ago, do they? I didn't expect the curse of the raging waves to come up here, of all places. Wait. That's it. I remember now. The sole survivor of Taishima, his surname was Somekawa. There was something else about Somekawa. A wooden box? Surely it'd be too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, right. She was one of the as Granny Suyu told us. She was a descendant of the inhabitants of the island of Taishima.
Yeah. Well, that's about all I had to report. Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, could we ask that you keep looking into Kippei Ikoma for us? Roger that. We'll see if we can find Somekawa again and hear what she has to say. Unfortunately, it looks like our trip to Kameshima will have to wait until tomorrow.
So it seems.
Oh, you had business in Kameshima too? That was actually our original reason for coming here, yes.
But now we've gotten caught up in all this other troublesome business, so it looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was hoping to get this over with as soon as possible so I could get back home to my husband.
I see. You are devoted to your husband. You sure are devoted to your husband.
Oh, very much. Though I do worry he never eats properly when I'm not around.
Just buying some French fries and hot dogs, maybe.
Eh.
In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note.
Oh wait, right, this is Japan. Just instant ramen then.
Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening, anything could be of help.
Sure, will do. You're kind of making me worried something might actually happen now.
I'd certainly prefer if it didn't. I'd certainly prefer it if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective.
Yeah, something's gonna happen, alright.
Oh, my fucking throat.
Then unknown. Afternoon, the City, Ijika town. Oh, what happened, buddy? Bad news, man. It seems we were a step too late.
What do you mean?
It seems someone came and took that Someko woman out to the sea just a few minutes ago.
What?
According to the witness, a foreign man came to the port with Mrs. Someko in tow. They then boarded a motorboat that moored there and headed out into the bay. It didn't appear to be by force, so we can probably assume they knew each other.
Foreign man. I'm not sure what's going on, but we should probably get to a boat and follow just in case.
Yes, let's see if... Huh!
Sodo, what's wrong?
The spiritual force! It's overwhelming! Oh shit!
Nah, my body won't move. What's going on?
What the fuck is happening?
Oh! Bitch!
That girl over there, is she doing this?
Okay, we have a curse bearer practitioner.
If he can withstand this curse, you can withstand this curse. You really are quite strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oof. Try to read it if you can.
Oifitikos Penuema. Guardian Spirit, grant me the wisdom of the numerous, oh high guiding spirit. Light my path ahead.
It seems like they say that's the effort of searching for them.
So it seems. Let's see if this girl can tell us what we want to know.
Oh shit. What? What?
Battle.
An actual battle!
This is a fucking Pokemon.
Who are you?
I could ask the same of you. What do you want with Mrs. Somekawa?
So you know who Mrs. Someko is, do you?
Maybe. What's it to you?
Ma'am, this girl's spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. She seems hesitant to employ curses against people. If I have an opening, I can use my curse of binding to restrain her. Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here.
Alright, I certainly wouldn't mind getting some information out of her. So this is as good an opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. When she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Sounds like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. On your signal. So, use Sodo's Kiryu's curse of binding to restrain your opponent when they let their guard down. Use the curse button to signal to him to use it. You only have 3 chances to use the curse, bro.
Oh my god.
The use curse button has come back. Give up. Question.
Can we assume the foreign man who took Miss Someko is a friend of yours, then? So what if he is?
Now this
Why are you trying to follow them?
brings me back to memories.
Yep. What do you want with Mrs. Somekawa? I could say the same for you. You just want the relic for yourselves, don't you? What? You know about the relic? If you know about the relic, then I'm afraid we can't let you get away. Get away? I'm the one holding you here. I don't think you should just keep using question.
Okay, yeah. A piece.
Now, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all this and just talk a bit? Not happening. You're just going to use a curse the moment I drop my focus.
She knows, alright?
We'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this. Sorry, but that won't work on me. I'm at a rebellious age, you see.
Oh yeah, here's my tries. I'm saying it now.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Oh,
the same
same
before?
thing.
Yeah. A threat. Okay, I'll give that as a last resort.
Certainly have a remarkable strength for your age. Why, it might even be too much for us. What's with the sudden craze? You're creeping me out.
Oh.
Wait, what if you used it there?
Oh yeah.
Because you're creeping her out.
Nope. It's no good. Just too wary of us.
Seems I'll have to press it further before she'll give us an opening.
Yep. Nope.
Okay. If you resist anymore, we'll have you taken in for obstruction of public duties. Wait, you're with the police?
Yeah, Paranormal Affairs, bitch.
Despite appearances, yes, defying us could net you quite the heavy punishment. See, you must be from Paranormal Affairs.
There we go! Oh, fuck, no.
There we... No.
That didn't work either. She's really easy in letting her guard down.
Sorry, Sodo. So this is our last chance?
Fuck.
You have quite some nerve. Standing up to us despite knowing where we're from. Don't think you'll get off lightly for this. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right?
Oh, now we're good on that one.
You're also with Paranormal Affairs, then? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I suppose this is the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members recognize each other. What a bother. We're both from Paranormal Affairs, aren't we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's none of your business anyway.
So, let's still go further with questions. Oh no, that's it for questions. Wait,
Yeah.
This is something different.
So you're with the Paranormal
Oh, yeah.
Affairs. But you need the relic yourself, so you're unwilling to cooperate with us, am I correct? If that's what you think... Can you give up already? Even knowing you're from Paranormal Affairs, you kept a straight face and hid your ties. I can tell you're both bold and smart. Thanks, I guess. Will you give up now?
Well, shit. What now?
Oh wait, maybe should finally let her guard down if I give, quote unquote, give up.
All right, I understand where you're coming from. We won't interfere anymore. Sodo, you can stop now.
Ma'am? Fuck you!
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks. You grown-ups and your dirty tricks.
I fucking knew it! I knew it! Yeah, basically, you talk, and then you finally give up, because, you know, we tried everything, so yeah, okay, we give up. Just get it!
You did well to be cautious of us, but I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Now, will you tell us what you're up to here? Yeah. Well, I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You'll never catch up to the boat now. La Casa Asteri, guide my path, and with thy merciful hand upon me.
What? She broke the binding?
Ah,
Ah, confound it! Stop right there!
looks like she's given us the slip. I doubt we'll be able to catch her now. Oh, lag. Oh, there we go. Small spike, don't worry. Still, I'm going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl.
Okay, so she's part of Paranormal Affairs.
I put a call to Paranormal Affairs about our errant young lady just now.
I see. I assume she's indeed affiliated with them?
Yes, it seems her name is Circe Lunarlight. She's an exorcist from England who came... She's British?!
I mean, we knew this, remember?
Actually, wait, no, I don't think we...
No.
Did we talk?
Yeah, they mentioned she came from England. The Avi tell us she was from England.
Oh, okay, I must have slipped my mind, so I was trying to be doing a British accent with her. Whatever. Ugh. She's an exorcist from England who came here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, as I understand.
The Lunarlight family, I see.
Oh? Are they well known?
I heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists. Quite an old one, too. It would certainly explain the strength of her spirit sense. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I guess Sodo is more of I mean, they say much. He's a protege. He's not technically part of Paranormal Affairs yet, I would assume then. So, if that's the case, then yeah, we can take him out of, we can take them out of the fight that I was thinking on, and the fifth member would be Circe here.
Yeah. Right. In any case, it seems she's in care of Paranormal Affairs while she's in Japan.
Oh wait, that or her husband actually isn't part of Paranormal Affairs, unless I read that shit incorrectly. I need a refresher. As a housewife, full-time employee, surprisingly her experience. Okay, yeah, he only mentions that her husband is a psychic, but he never mentions that he's part of Paranormal Affairs. Okay, so yeah, so in that case, yeah, no, it all rounds up with him also being part of the Paranormal Affairs too, then.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do wish they'd tell us these things in advance.
What is she doing here in Mie Prefecture?
Well, it seems even Paranormal Affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. From the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignments to travel around Japan, visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead.
It doesn't seem like they're keeping an eye on her at all.
Unfortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo at once when we next see her.
I see. More work for us then.
Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She seemed to know about Someko too. I've got a bad feeling of all this.
Shall we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area.
No, not now. If all that is true, I doubt she'll be looking to cause more trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other again eventually. Well, I think that's enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day. We'll head for Kameshima first thing tomorrow.
Understood.
Oh, my fucking voice.
Oh, I bet. Okay, yeah, we can proceed from here. We need to unlock it. Which is time for Arna Barnum. Okay, also, okay, given the time, yeah, we can do 1 or 2 depending on the length of this. But before that, bathroom. You drink some water in the meantime. Okay, we're back. Just we are refreshed enough to continue.
Mostly.
Data known. Nakabepo Coast. Yeah, only with Sato and Yusa so far we haven't gotten straight dates.
Yeah.
After much hassle and bustle, we finally managed to make our way to Ise Bay.
Nice.
Took it all in now. We're standing on the coast of Nakabepo in Mie Prefecture's Kawagi town.
Which means this is the Sea of Ise, the connection to the eternal world. How amazing.
Indeed it is. Come, Circe. Henceforth begins our grand adventure in search of the legendary mermaids of Ise Bay.
How amazing. I just can't stop saying it.
Without further ado, my name is Arna Barnum, an American-born fantasy author. Please call me Avi.
Is he fucking recording a video?
Damn, video section. Who are you introducing yourself to, weirdo?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, well, I simply thought a new beginning called for a little dramatic flair, you know?
Sure.
With that out of the way, perhaps my darling guide can provide some insight into the goings-on of this locale?
Sure, I've got you covered. While this area is now called Nakabepo, long ago, it was a region of Ise province known as Beksuho. Records indicate that 3 mermaids were caught in fisherman's net along this coast back in the Heian period.
Now that's what I'm
Sorry,
talking
my brain.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's hear more about those mermaids.
They had human heads with the mouths of monkeys and the teeth and bodies of fish. And they spoke and even shed tears like humans.
these be the fish mermaids you mentioned before, Avi?
Indubitably, yes, this must be the place. I'm getting goosebumps.
Right? I feel the same way. This is so exciting.
Betsuho. Betsuho is the old name for the area now known as Nakabeppo, Kawage town in the H district, so named during the events of this story. It has since been merged with Tsu City of Mie Prefecture. Said to have been the territory of Taira no Kiyomori's father. Taira no Tadamori. The area has a deep connection to the Ise Heike. It is also said to be the location where the three mermaids were caught in the fisherman's net and presented to Taira no Tadamori during the Heian period.
The endless expanse of the Ise Sea, the eternal world may lie just beyond the horizon. Just beyond this horizon. After all, Ise Province is the land whither repaired the waves from the eternal world.
The eternal world is purported to be a perpetual paradise, a separate plane from the world we live in, yes? Could it be that Mermaid hailed from such a place?
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary around here.
This young lady is a distant relative of mine, the third daughter of the Lunarlight family. The Lunarlights have been in the business of demonic exorcism in England for several generations now. As such, young Circe has received education of this rare subject from a young age, and is now an apprentice exorcist. In order to continue her training, or more likely, simply because of her interest in the area, Circe has come to Japan to study abroad. Upon hearing such news, I sought to employ her as my guide for this mermaid hunting expedition to Ise Bay. She is apparently quite fond of Japanese myths and folk tales, and has already explored a number of areas concerned with the occult. Interested in visiting Mie Prefecture at least once during her stay, she immediately agreed to my request.
Oh, now updated. A young exorcist from England, currently on exchange in Japan. Possessed of a bold and willful nature, she harbors an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. She is quick to involve herself in anything that interests her, not stopping until her curiosity has been completely sated. Although she can be fairly blunt, she shows a naivety appropriate to her age, around those she is comfortable with, and is not above the occasional prank. Circe is the third daughter of Ciara Lunarlight, the current head of the matrilineal Lunarlight family, a long line of exorcists based in England. Along with her two older sisters, she has received a specialized education in exorcism ever since she was a child, and is currently in training as an apprentice. As the beings known as the demons in the West ultimately share the same root, cause as harmful supernatural phenomena in the East, the spirits of the dead, strong thoughts, and curses. What she does as an exorcist is fundamentally the same as what Japanese psychics do, with only the methods and terminology differing. Primary spiritual abilities: Guardian Spirits, the ability to call upon the numerous guardian spirits of the Lunarlight family and invoke their power to exorcise spirits and negate certain psychic abilities. That's how she got away from Sodo's bindings.
Yeah.
Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Circe who cast the spell on the paper. Shikigami, I know this thing also because of Persona Shikigami being like at least in Persona it takes like the form of a paper dog.
Yeah.
Dowsing, the ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. The effective distance of the spell depends on the strength of the target's spiritual power. It's a pendulum to search for a target. Okay. So, yeah, searching. Although she is supposed to be in the care of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a confidential Japanese institute during her time in Japan, Circe has been spending more time traveling around the country sightseeing than working through her training curriculum. The supervisor in charge of her training has all but giving up on trying to manage her as a result, resolving to keep an eye on her but otherwise not interfere. As such, she is afforded a relatively high level of freedom. Circe is an ardent fan of Miyokuro Suzu! You don't say!
Oh, she comes back!
A girl with potent spirit sense and her senior in the industry in Japan. She harbors both strong admiration and strong feelings of rivalry towards her in equal measure. And it is not uncommon for her to end up a babbling mess when the topic turns to the other girl. She treasures the photograph she had taken with Mio upon first meeting her in Tokyo, and keeps it with her at all times. That's cute!
That's really cute.
Well, Mio, now you have a big admirer behind the curtains.
As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be shaking things up around here, it ought to be me.
This guy.
Kawash Town be located right next to my prefecture's modern capital, Sioux City. But there's something you have to keep in mind. This is also the birthplace of the Heike, a branch of the Heian period's preeminent Tiara clan.
Taira.
Tiara clan. If you're going to talk about the Ise province, then you absolutely have to mention the Heike.
I too have a passing understanding of the topic. The Heike took part in the Genpei War, correct?
That's right. That was the war of the Heian period. That was the war in the Heian period where two great samurai families, the Minamoto and the Taira, locked horns and really got into it. Among the Heike, Taira no Kiyomori was a particularly famous figure who appears in many creative works concerning the event. His father, Taira no Tadamori, was the one responsible for securing the Heike's high social standing.
So, Tadamori was Kiyomori's father then? Kiyomori's father, right? With names like that, how can anyone hope to keep them straight?
That's history for you. I'm afraid you just have to memorize them.
I suppose you're right about that. Then memorize them. I shall.
Apparently, Tadamori was born in Sioux City in a place called Ubushina.
Ah, so that's why they call this area the birthplace of the Heike.
Sioux City, a city located in the center of the Ise Plain and the capital of Mie Prefecture. Previously known as Anotsu, Sioux City has served as a port town since the Heian period, after which it continued to flourish as an important port city for Japan. Sioux City is also known as the birthplace of the Heike. The Ubushina area in its suburbs is said to be where Taira no Kiyomori's father, Taira no Tadamori, was born.
This is the metropolitan center of Mai, and a locus of historical events. I guess that makes it the perfect place to start a new journey.
Can we get back to those mermaids you mentioned? What became of the three that were caught in the fishing nets?
the time, the lord of this area was Taira no Tadamori. You didn't already forget him, did you? Well, the fisherman thought the mermaids were a fascinating find, so he placed 2 of them in boxes and presented them to Tadamori.
Oh ho! Lord Tadamori must have been well pleased by that. How could he not be? It was known that eating the flesh of a mermaid grants eternal life.
Actually, Tadamori evidently said they were disturbing and gross, and refused to accept them.
Ugh, what a waste!
However, the fisherman cut up the remaining mermaid and ate it himself.
So, what happened to him?
Well, the fisherman said it was pretty tasty.
Well now, tasty, is it?
And that's all I've got.
That's it?
That's all I could find in existing records.
Then the act of eating a mermaid's flesh alone may not produce any results. I suppose then there may be other requisite condition, wouldn't you say?
Yep, just as Yumeko
Sato.
what Yumeko was saying. And Sato met those conditions.
Yeah. Well, considering the sheer number of eyewitness reports concerning mermaids, it is odd that there aren't any more immortals walking around. There don't seem to be any records about what happened to the mermaids that Tadamori refused to accept. I suppose it's possible someone in the Hike clan snuck off with them.
Now that's a hypothesis I can get behind.
I've put together an assortment of files concerning the Hike, so feel free to get a look at them if you're interested.
You have my heartfelt gratitude.
Taira no Tadamori. Taira no Tadamori, the father of Taira no Kiyomori, an influential figure of the Heian period, was the man responsible for solidifying the social standing of the Ise Taira clan, and was notable for being the first samurai permitted to enter the imperial court. Entering the imperial court meant being granted access to the Tenjo no Ma, a chamber where those who directly served the emperor performed their official duties, and then they overthrow the fucking government. I know that part of history. In an era where where the warriors class was still considered of low status, a samurai rising to the level of court official was unprecedented. The Ise Taira clan went on to extend its influence across various provinces, with the vast wealth it gained through trade, with the Song dynasty of China solidifying its foundation. This significant influence was later inherited by his son, Kiyomori. Tadamori was said to have been a man of strong will and perseverance, yet despite the power of he amassed in his lifetime, he was also said to have been modest and disinclined to indulge in luxuries. But yeah, no, the samurai eventually got so powerful that they created their own government, where the leader was the shogun, and ended up being more powerful than their own government. So instead of the emperor doing the shots on the country, it was the shogun calling the shots.
Damn.
And that was for a very long time, until this fucking American came to the island saying, "Open the country, stop having it be closed." and then that's history. Nukemaru, Tadamori's sword, an heirloom passed down through the Taira clan. Originally named Kogarashi, it is said to have become known as Nukemaru when a giant snake emerged from a land and made to swallow Tadamori whole as he lay resting. At that moment, Kogarashi, which Tadamori had left leaning nearby, slipped from its scabbard of its own accord and drove the snake away. The name Nukemaru derives from the verb nuku, meaning to unsheath, and reflects the sword's extraordinary act of slipping from its scabbard on its own to save its owner. Nukemaru was later inherited by Tadamori's son, Yorimori. But after the downfall of the Taira clan, it is said to have changed hands several times, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Didn't they say that the Kusanagi sword was later changed, ended up being known as the Nukemaru? Or am I mistaken?
Maybe?
Because if so...
I don't fully remember.
Because if so, then the Kusanagi sword would be related to the Heike, which most likely be the curse stone or something of the sort.
Yeah.
The Mermaid of Betsuho. On one time, when Tadamori was visiting Betsuho in Ise province, 3 creatures with the heads of humans, the lips of monkeys, and the teeth and bodies of fish were caught in the local fishermen's nets. Dubbing these creatures Ningyo, the original Japanese word for mermaids, the fishermen put 2 of them in a box that had washed up in them, and presented them to Tadamori. However, Tadamori was unnerved by their appearance and refused to accept them. It is said that the remaining mermaid was caught up and eaten by the fishermen, who found them to be delicious. Okay, where the fuck... Oh, yeah. No, Uroshimataro, Ryugu, the Heike, Taira no Tadamori. Oh, no, wait, no, that's not it. It was, oh, wait, it should be here then. So, Kantekishirun, Mishimaru, Southern, Saiman, Paranormal. About skeletons. No, that's another shit. Paranormal Affairs, Cycles, Courses of Raging Waves. Fuck, where's the... Where's the other thing? Ryu, the Heike... Oh wait, it's here, okay. There we go. Okay, no, it doesn't mention anything about the sword. Maybe I am mistaken for something else, I don't know.
We'll figure this out later. Oh, there's one more thing I should warn you about, though.
Oh?
This group sometimes gets referred to as Ise Tira,
Taira.
as well as Taira, as well, which might make things a little confusing.
Yeah, in Japanese, Tai at the very least is pronounced that way because there's the word taiga, which means tiger. And Ra is another character, so Taira.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and label it as Hike.
Does it really matter?
Heike.
Aren't they basically the same thing?
Not exactly. You see, the term Ise Taira refers to the Taira clan as a whole because it originated in Ise. On the other hand, people generally refer to the family within the clan, included Tadamori and Kiyomori, as simply the Hike. The family features prominently in the stories we are interested in, so I'll use Hike most of the time. Plus, it has a nice ring to it.
Either way works for me, so do as you like.
The Tale of Hike. Also use Hike.
You're awfully particular about this, but I rather like that kind of fastidiousness.
Anyway, after a number of events, the Hike would go on to lose the Battle of Dandoura and be completely eradicated.
Ah, I believe I know this one. Dan Noura. He's found in Kyushu. Kyushu, is it not?
Bingo. The clan was chased out of Kyoto and pushed further and further west. Kyoto and pushed further and further west until they eventually wiped out there.
It pains me to think of such a resplendently glorious clan meeting such a ignominious end. More the pity.
That's why the Hike's resentment is particularly strong, and so many remnants of it remain today. Shrines and monuments have been erected throughout the land in an attempt to quell that resentment.
Ah, and now we reach your particular field of expertise.
Because the clan fell from such an exiled position so abruptly, that resentment is exceptionally persistent and exceptionally persistent and quite pervasive. That said, famous places related to people like Taira Ko Kiyomori and are well attended by worshippers. So they're
Oh, whoops.
So they're relatively stable. It's the puffed up and pretentious Hike clan members that no one even remembers who caused most of the trouble. I seem to recall a number of individuals going so far as to claim that those outside of the Hike clan could not even be considered human.
But if that's the case, are we really safe here? You don't think we might find ourselves assailed by these lingering grudges?
Much of Ise province is protected by shrines, so the area is suffused, thank you, with spiritual energy, so we're probably safer here than most places. But that's in the land itself. Objects or people the resentment has seeped into are a different story altogether.
That's somewhat troubling to hear.
Well, either way you look at it, this region is still home to many places and things associated with the Hike.
Excellent. I believe I got a grasp of the situation at hand. It's time we made our way to the next locale. We're on the clock after all.
Get to it.
Oh.
We can come all this way to a distant foreign land seeking mermaids. Of course, I have my own reasons for trying to locate the mythical creatures, but for now I intend to scour this land in order to learn as much as I can about its lore and legends. But it occurs to me that I never actually explained the particular of my Ise Bay mermaid excursion to the girl. No matter, it's nothing of consequence, really, so I'll just introduce my reasons a bit at a time.
Nickname Avi, a fantasy author and an occult journalist whose books are published by the American England, but they apparently don't sell well, and married. Notable works include the Fiend of Rigid and the Solar Crow, Hemus Travels, and the Bon Appetit, the Phantom Gourmand series. Although a grown man, he still has a certain naive boyishness to him, most of them in his passion for romantic tales and appetite for chasing his dreams. Oh, fuck. Okay, however, this also comes with an equivalent amount of immaturity, making him somewhat troublesome to deal with. He believes that most any circumstance he finds himself in will sort itself out, an optimistic creed that often sees him casually throwing himself into difficult situations, and he remains impressively unbothered even on those occasions he does find himself in trouble, often managing to slip out of danger with nary a dent in his usual carefree attitude. That he's made it this far unscathed is largely owed to sheer luck, although he remains blissfully unaware of this. He's currently in Japan seeking mermaid flesh, which is believed to grant immortality. His reason is simple, a fascination with the occult, a pursuit he feels is worthy of devoting his entire life to. Indeed, he's primarily driven by his pursuit of romantic ideals. He finds something suitable is inspiring, he will readily risk his life for it, and is willing to exchange his views just as quickly for the same. His interest in the occult was born when he discovered his great-grandmother's vast collection of mysterious occult artifacts in the storage of his family home in America. Among them was a mermaid's mummy, which yielded a mysterious map when taken apart. A discovery which captivated his imagination and led to his current quest. Wait a minute! A mermaid mummy which yielded a mysterious map. What's that shit that Sodo was talking about?
Wait.
It is! Well, now we know where that is.
Okay, yeah, that's another piece of the puzzle.
But yeah, damn, okay, yeah, this guy has some connection to at least Sodo's family, if I'm not mistaken, that way then.
Yeah.
This great-grandmother happened to be a relative of the main Lunarlight family in England, albeit one who had chosen not to succeed the family estate. After discovering this through independent research into his lineage, Happy made contact with the Lunarlight family and continues to maintain a secret correspondence with them to this day. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
Anno Town.
New place, I think.
Yep. Anno Town, Kusawa. Date unknown.
Well, it would seem that we are right. And where are we now, Circe?
This is an area in Anno Town known as Kusawa. Kusawa is quite famous because of the Yao Bikuni legend. I'd be surprised if there was anyone who hasn't heard of it.
I'm sorry to say I have never heard of it.
Wait, really?
Come now, don't act so shocked. You can't expect me to know every little thing. And besides, I'm not even from this country. Yeah, right. The very reason I requested you to be my guide was so you could teach me about things like this.
I guess that's true. Okay, I understand.
I'm getting the sense that she's a weeb.
I'll be continuing your explanations.
Anno Town. Anno Town is located in the Edge District, so named during the events of this story. It has been since merged with Tsu City, of Mie Prefecture. Located at the foot of Kyogamine, a mountain with a single 819-meter peak. The land surrounding it is rich in natural splendor, with multiple hot springs welling forth from the earth around it. From the Edo period until the Meiji period, it was known for being the primary place of production of sumoi, a delicate fabric woven in such a way as to be semi-transparent.
The legend of Yao Bikuni originated here in Kusawa, Anno Town. Long ago, a 17-year-old girl named Osato lived in this village. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid that was severed during a village gathering and became immortal.
Serve.
Yeah. After subsequently being persecuted by the other villagers, she became a nun and made a pilgrimage, thank you, around the entire country. At the end of the story, she eventually returned to the village and lived out the rest of her very long life.
Tales told in other parts of the country play out in almost exactly the same fashion.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, we got updated. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl by the name of Osato lived in Kusawa village. One day, when Osato was 17, the flesh of a mermaid was served at a village gathering. The other villagers, disturbed by the thought of eating such a strange creature, refused to eat it. But Osato unknowingly ate the mermaid's flesh. From that moment on, Osato didn't age a day. Shunned by the other villagers and treated as a monster, she was eventually forced to leave the village. Becoming a nun, Osato traveled the length and breadth of Japan for hundreds of years before eventually returning to Kusawa village, where her long life at last came to an end. Until, well, she wound up in here after being a sacrifice.
Yep. The legend of Yao Bikuni, the girl who ate the flesh of a mermaid and lived for 800 years, has been passed down all over Japan. Not only here in Mie in Mie Prefecture's Ano town, but in Fukui, Aichi, and Gifu prefectures as well. In total, the story has been found in 121 locations in 28 prefectures throughout the country, or at least that's what certain research has indicated.
Doesn't that seem like a lot? Were there really that many different Yaobikunis out there?
Obviously not all those legends can be true. But I actually have a theory on the subject. Would you like to hear it?
By all means.
Most of the legends refer to a woman who stopped aging for 800 years after consuming the meat of a mermaid. At that point, because others would find it strange that she isn't getting any older, she wasn't able to live in normal society anymore.
I suppose that would be natural. It would explain why she withdrew from the world and became a nun.
Exactly. And that's how she got the name Bikuni, the 800-year-old Bikuni nun. With 800 years on her hands, she could have easily made a pilgrimage around the entire country.
How interesting! Buddhist priests are known for trekking throughout the land as a form of aesthetic training.
If we consider the 121 locations where the legend was found, with 800 years to spare, she could have spent 6 years in each location. 6 years would certainly be enough time for her to make a name for herself in every location, right?
Oh my dear, I believe I see what you're getting at. Your theory posits that the stories of Yaobikuni that have been passed down in every corner of the country all refer to the exact same individual.
Well, it might be a bit much to say that all of them are the same. There may have been a few different people. But it's more convincing than the theory that there were 121 people. I also think the Yaobikuni of Wakasa province is the most likely origin of the legend. Is the most likely origin of the legend.
I wonder. Don't all of the different instances of the story throughout Japan also claim that particular location as their place of final rest?
That may be true, but I can assume each of those different places wanted to have a grave or some other tangible marker to base the legend on. But with so many people that are purported to have lived for 800 years all die around the same time, that seems pretty unlikely.
Then you
I
believe
butchered that.
Then you believe some of the tales were embellished somewhat.
That sort of thing happens all the time. Legends are always mixtures of the truth and fantasy.
Like what happened in the last game.
Mm-hmm. Moreover, it doesn't make sense that every single immortal would decide to become a nun. There are likely some places that simply believed Yaobukuni was the term for an immortal.
Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said, "I'ma be not of that," and became an Ama diver.
Oh my god!
But
This guy!
I love this guy!
yeah.
That's actually pretty... That's actually pretty insightful. Many legends are based on simple cinematic misunderstandings.
Semantics.
Semantic misunderstandings, not cinematic misunderstandings. We're not in that point in time yet.
Yeah. No, wait just a minute. I was done here and let my dumb joke actually became a salient point of discussion.
Then let's drop it then.
But still, if one were to somehow live for 800 years, a person that became immortal after the Kamakura period could still be alive today.
True. And if so, I'd love to sit them down for a long chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot to see our surroundings.
Ah, the fabled beauty of the serene Japanese countryside. It really is charming.
Oh yes, the incessant chirruping of locusts combined with unrelenting heat. This is Japanese summer, alright.
It's fascinating to think that such a peaceful place could be home to such profound historical events. I'm practically jittering with excitement.
I can see that. Let's try to keep a cool head, shall we?
Yeah, yeah. Overall, she's still a kid. Ooh, I didn't see this.
What's down there? Some sort of shrine?
The shrine is apparently dedicated to Sugawara no
Sugawara.
Sugawara no Michizane.
Yeah.
I am butchering so many of these fucking Japanese names and words and shit. We should go pay our respects before we leave.
Okay. Any birds? This looks like a place that a bird could be. No? Damn. Oh, no! There
I mean,
it
the
is!
birds have been... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, the birds have been pretty obvious so far. Look at that hair!
Yeah! Come on, where are you, buddy? There you are, little blue.
I think I know exactly which relationship he's part of.
Yeah, I think so too. All right.
Because there's like an entire fucking mafia bird group.
Yeah.
If Yaobikuni really did exist, I wonder what sort of life she led.
A lot of TV.
I can really to imagine what it would be like to live for hundreds of years. Can Kusawa's legend of Yaobikuni really be true? There must be falsehoods and fictions mixed into the tale, surely.
Who knows? Ise province isn't that far from Wakasa province. After all, she may have simply walked there from here. The fact that the stories from each different area are so similar does make me wonder if they didn't get mixed together somehow.
Ah, you think the legend may be an amalgamation of stories from various locations?
Exactly, but then again,
Then again?
the immortal in the story from this location has her own name, which gives the legend certain...
What the fuck is that word?
What the fuck is that word?
Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude. Thank you.
Indeed it does.
I guess we can assume that a girl with that name really did live here long ago. Then something must have happened to make people believe that she had become immortal. Yeah, she fucking died.
Yeah.
It's reasonable to assume her story then got mixed up with various legends of Yaobikuni from around the country before being passed down.
Of course, the exact timing of these events is still unclear, but that does present an interesting possibility. She could very well still be living in this village. Wouldn't that be a compelling development?
Not quite.
Leave it to an occult writer to think up something like that.
That's right! You're seeing that the prodigious imaginative power of a fantasy author in action.
Oh, I think I may be lagging.
Yeah, a lot. I'm just gonna be here with the
Oh,
mic
yeah.
open. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the stream wasn't even like I tabbed out and back into Discord, and the stream was just gone.
Oh.
But it's back now. It's back now. Okay.
Yes, it's really something. But the fact of the matter is that almost no traces of Yao Bikuni remain in this village. Even her grave, which is referred to as Lady Yao's tomb, has never been located.
But then, did we come all this way for nothing?
Well, it might not have a direct connection, but there is something one should always consider when discussing Issei. The Tales of Issei. Have you heard of it?
Why do I feel like there's gonna be a repeat of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo?
Ooh, mayhaps.
It's the oldest extant collection of Japanese verse compiled sometime during the Heian period.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. But I have heard of the tale of Genji and the tale of Heike. Is it anything like those?
Well, those were also stories written during the Heian period, but that's where the similarities end. Nice try, though.
Well, they sound similar enough anyway.
Don't worry, I'm not an expert on this subject either. Basically, this collection of verse elaborates on a number of waka poems by giving accounts of the events surrounding each one. An entire collection of 125 pages is referred to as the Tales of Issei.
Passages. It looks like pages to me.
That's easy enough to remember, no?
The Tales of Issei is a collection of short stories, check!
One more thing. The title might be The Tales of Issei, but the content isn't all that focused on the actual area.
What's this now? Are they intentionally attempting to confuse and bewilder us?
Some believe the title comes from the fact that the passage 69 is set in the Issei province. At any rate, I just thought I should bring it up because it does have at least a slight bearing on the topic at hand.
Fucking minute, I just remembered something. The start of the game!
What?
Remember? Passage 69?
Wait.
There was a fucking quote. Yeah, it was from a passage 69 and I said nice back then. That's the only reason I remember.
Oh, the 69 jokes made us remember something.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was the Tales of Issei, passage 69. Where that quote was, it was related to this.
Wasn't it the storyteller that gave us that?
No, it was after the storyteller, and then we got the quote while we were submerging from the water. Either way, now that's something that I didn't thought it was gonna come back. Damn.
Yeah.
If you're keen to learn more, I'll add more detailed information to the files.
Why, thank you. I'll be sure to read through them later.
I'll read them through it now, asshole. The Tales of Issei, a collection of verse or uta monogatari, thought to be the oldest surviving work in Japan. It is particularly well known for the opening sentence of many of its prose passages. Long ago, there was a man, believed to have been compiled in the Heian period. It greatly influenced the literature of the era, including famous works such as the Tale of Genji. The central figure of the narrative is speculated to be a fictionalized version of Ariwara no Narihara, a poet of the Heian period, with the prose passages serving as a biography for the character. Both the author and its exact date of publication are unknown. The Tales of Ise Emaki Scroll, adapted from the Integrated Collections database of the National Institute for Cultural Heritage. The narrative spans 125 episodes, which vary in length from a few lines to several pages. It covers the life of a man from his coming of age to his death, and it focuses primarily on the protagonist and the people around them, particularly his romantic dalliances with women. Some of its most famous episodes are summarized below. Episode 1, Iwiko Buri. Having coming of age, a man sets out on a ceremonial falconry excursion, where he catches sight of two beautiful sisters. Infatuated, he cuts off the sleeve of his robe, inscribes a waka poem on it, and sends it to them. Episode 6, Akutagawa. A man, having finally succeeded in stealing away a beautiful noble woman, flees with her to a warehouse, where they take shelter from the rain. However, the man discovers in the morning that she has disappeared, devoured by a demon that inhabited the warehouse. Oh. Episode 9, Asuma Kudari. Feeling despondent about his future, a man embarks on a journey to the east with a group of friends. In Mikawa province, he catches sight of some beautiful flowers and reflects on how far his journey has brought him, and recites a poem. In Suruga province, he sees snow on the peak of Mount Fuji, contemplates the passage of time, and recites a poem. In Musashi province, he spots an unfamiliar bird on the shores of the Sumida River, recalls his wife and hometown, and recites a poem. His friends all weep upon hearing the latter, moved by his feelings for his faraway home. Episode 23, Tsutsu. Wow, that's a mouthful. Close friends from childhood, a man and a woman exchange moments and are wed, but when the man prepares to travel to faraway Kawachi province to visit his other lover, the woman displays no hint of displeasure as she sees him off on his journey. Suspicious of her actions, the man hides in their garden and watches as his wife makes herself up as beautifully as she can. But when she then sits and recites poems out of concern for her traveling husband, he feels a profound shame and decides not to go to Kawachi. Episode 69, Karino Tsukai. Yeah, this is the one that was referencing. Having been sent to Ise province to hunt game, a man is received with great hospitality by the imperial princess, serving as priestess at Ise shrine. Attracted to each other, the two attempt to meet in secret, but can find no opportunity to speak intimately. Although they promise one another to meet the following day, it is not meant to be. The two exchange poems of farewell before the man sets out to continue his journey. I have a theory. Hikoboshi. Having fallen in love with a woman who serves in the imperial court, a man finally manages to meet her after patiently waiting for the right moment. However, the two are still separated by a screen. The man recites a poem to her, proclaiming that his love for her is greater than even the Hikoboshi's love for Orihime. He compares the screen separating them to the Milky Way that separated the two legendary lovers. Moved by his words, the woman removes the screen, allowing them to finally meet face to face. But yeah, this one. See the Imperial Princess serving a priestess at the Ise Shrine. So, I have a theory.
What's your theory?
Well, yeah, seeing remember that guy in the phone saying something about that he and Osato spent time together or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
So, what if this reference is this? The man here is that guy?
Maybe.
It's a reach, but I thought I should say it anyway.
Yeah.
There's one other thing we can learn from the Tales of Issei. Adding the tale of to a book title really classes things up. You should keep that in mind. It was apparently all the rage during the Heian period.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. My next work is certainly going to be a tale of. Well then, I suppose that brings this particular subject to a close. On to the next. No rest for the wicked, I say. Time to tackle the next mermaid myth.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Move. Futamigaura. They are known for the Futamigaura coast.
And here we find our next subject of inquiry. What place might this be, my dear?
This is Futamigaura, the coastline that lies beside Futami Town. It's just over from Ise City.
Ah, then we finally penetrated the outskirts of Ise City proper. Things are certainly beginning to heat up. I inferred that Ise City was the prefectural capital from the fact that Mie Prefecture was once known as Ise Province. Not bad, eh?
Well, I can understand how you would arrive at that conclusion. But the truth is, my prefecture is composed of 4 separate provinces: Ise, Shima, Iga, and Ki.
Ah, is that so?
But that doesn't change the fact that Ise City is regarded as the spiritual capital of Japan, making it a very important location.
Very interesting. But the sun has already begun its steady descent, so perhaps we should pick up the pace a bit. How's the luck, buddy?
Futamigura's. Yeah. No, that one was just a brain fart.
Futamigura Sea is famously said to purify the body, so many visitors to Ise Shrine come here as well. The scenic beauty of the location has even been featured in poems from... What the fuck was that word?
Antiquity.
Antiquity, thank you.
It certainly is easy on the eyes. The strands of pine trees. The strands of pine trees along the shore makes for quite a striking image.
To make it even better, the embankment we're standing on offers a 360-degree view of Ise Bay.
Isn't this where we found the dead body?
Exactly.
I just noticed that.
It makes you want to get out on the very edge to take it all in.
It really does. Being surrounded by the bay like this is such an enchanting feeling. What a breathtaking view.
Oh yeah, right. Any birds? There was a bird here last time, but no now. Yep, not now. Just in case, though. Just in case. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Alright, that seems to be it for now.
As far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be making things up, shaking things up around here, it ought to be me.
Oh wait, this is the same? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing he's gonna have a mental thing later. I don't know.
Maybe.
So, does this place have any legend featuring mermaids?
It does. A record called the Kagenki was written by the people at Horyuji Temple after the Kamakura period. In that record, there are a total of 6 instances of information concerning mermaids.
6, eh? That's certainly promising.
One of those entries describes a sighting here in Futami, Ise province on April 3rd during the second year of the Enbun era, which would be 1357. That's my fucking birthday!
So they even noted the exact date. How fortuitous.
The passage is as follows. From the sea of Futami in the Ise province came Enmeiju, delivering perpetuity.
So, what exactly does that mean?
My guess is that a mermaid was spotted in the sea by Futami, and it was named Enmeiju, meaning health and long life because it granted longevity.
Aha! It granted longevity. It did it! Finally, we're getting to the good stuff.
Yes. It's another account relating to mermaids to Yaobikuni. It seems the idea of mermaids granting immortality has already been established at that time.
Indeed. And now we even have a name. So, what sort of mermaid was this? What was this? What became of it?
No clue.
Again with the vague records. These people write down the appearance of some fantastical creature and they just let it wander off.
I haven't personally gone over every bit of research on the matter, but I can speculate on an answer. Records of mermaids in other places also often refer to them by name. In fact, it may have not been all that uncommon for the people in the area to encounter themselves when these records were written.
Let me see if I follow your meaning. The same mermaid would appear repeatedly, leading people in the area to grow accustomed to it. Am I on the right track?
Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't bother giving a name to something you only saw once, after all. These people may have come to have a kind of rapport with the mermaids. But at the very least, it doesn't appear as though they were trying to capture any.
Mermaids that people didn't want to capture? Then they weren't seeking its flesh. Perhaps there was a way of obtaining immortality even without the meat?
Maybe mermaid meat really was just tasty and nothing more. And if that were the case, then it makes perfect sense that they would view the mermaid as a divine creature.
So they treat it as an auspicious being that bless others with long life. You may be onto something there.
This makes me think of that theory you mentioned about how there might be two different kinds of mermaids.
Oh, you remembered? I stand by my theory. There's the fish mermaid, which looks more like an aquatic monster or a beastie, and the human mermaid, which resembles a demi-human or nymph.
Indeed. That is the simplest way to describe it, anyhow. Assuming the mermaid in question had a name, formed relationships with humans, and granted longevity, it stands to reason it was one of the human mermaids variety.
You have a point. The mermaids we've encountered thus far have all been caught in nets, and appear to be more like fish mermaids.
It seems more likely then that the mermaids who grant longevity are actually these human mermaids.
Interesting. That in turn would suggest, my word, would this mean that one could become immortal without eating their flesh?
I'm not sure. There are countless legends that reference the need to consume their flesh. But I can't help but feel like there's more to it. If human mermaids are capable of communicating with us, then I'd really like to speak to one.
Agreed. Ah, speaking of which, this is entirely unrelated, but there's something I've been wondering. Do you mind?
What? What? But our conversation was just getting good.
Protest all you like, but I shall ask anyway. On our way here, I noticed a certain something adorning the entrance to everyone's houses. What was that?
Oh, right. Those are Somin Shorai talismans.
Somin Shorai?
Yes, although in most of Japan, they're usually only hung up around the New Year, but here in the Ise Tobashima region, they're traditionally left up all year long.
Interesting.
I can add more detailed information in the files for later.
Yep, let's see it right now. Somin Shorai. A type of talisman inscribed with the characters Somin Shorai Shizon, meaning descendant of Somin Shorai. These talismans came in a variety of forms, ranging from smaller objects such as paper slips, wooden tags, or hexagonal wooden charms, to larger objects such as hoops made of entwined miscanthus reeds or shimenawa, sacred ropes used for ritual purification. These talismans are generally placed at the doorway of households as a prayer for sound health and to ward off illness. Many households in Iseshima place Somin Shorai talismans at the entrance to their houses, usually in the form of paper slips or shimenawa. Although most families in Japan only put shimenawa up during the New Year, in Iseshima they kept up the whole year round, being replaced once a year on New Year's Eve. The words Somin Shorai originate from the name of the central figure in the legend of the same name. Although many versions of the tale exist throughout Japan, the tale as generally told in Iseshima is as follows. On New Year's Eve, the deity Gosu Tenno set out to court the princess of Ryugu. However, then when night fell, he found that none of the nearby inns had a spare room to offer him, and so he turned to two brothers who lived by the sea for hospitality. The wealthy younger brother, Kotan Shorai, turned him away despite having the means to accommodate him. The elder brother, Somin Shorai, welcomed Gosu Tenno into his home even though he lived in poverty. Pleased by the simple yet heartful reception he had received, Gosu Tenno rewarded this hospitality by sparing only Somin Shorai from a plague that ravaged the area the next year. Wow! Ever since, it is said that hanging a wreath of miscanthus reeds and a charm declaring oneself to be a descendant of Somin Shorai from one's waist will offer protection from plagues and illness. This tradition has survived to the present day, where such charms are now used as talismans for good health and well-being. What is it? What is it? Now you're making me antsy. Come on now, Circe, you realize something about those Somin Shorai, didn't you? You must share.
No, nothing like that. It just made me think about how close this area is to the eternal world.
Is it? What does that mean?
You already know this from the files, but regarding the Somin Shorai, its origin goes back to a legend about the deity Gozu Tenno, who was courting the princess of Ryugu.
Ryugu, you say?
That's right. Ryugu is close to this place. In other words, that place is very close to the eternal world. Yes, and furthermore, Gozu Tenno was also the guardian deity of the... My god.
Gion Shoja.
Of the... Yeah, the Gion Shoja Temple. I didn't even get to, like... It was going too fast. The very same Gion Shoja who gets mentioned in our good old friend, The Tale of Hike.
So it is. What was it again? From the bells to the Gion Shoja goes the impertinence of all things, right? It sounds so cool that even I memorized it. Haven't got a clue what it means though.
Yes, that's the one. As for its meaning, you can look it up yourself.
Fine, fine. So what you're saying is... Iseshima is a land with a deep ties to both Ryugu and the Heike. And that is exactly why the Somin Shorai tradition is so well established here.
Ah, that reminds me. There's something about Ryugu's princess that keeps bothering me as well.
She certainly is mysterious, hmm?
That reminds me about Futamigura. Gawa.
Oh, it's night.
Dear me, how time flies when listening to your lecture, Circe. The sun has already gone down.
I suppose I got carried away. Sorry.
Well, if that results in such a lovely view of the ocean at night, I'll not complain.
You're right. Just look at all those stars.
Ah. But look, the heavens are entirely enveloped in a shower of dazzling pinpricks of light. What a sight to behold! Would you happen to be versed in constellations, Circe?
Well, I've dabbled a bit in astrology. So I guess I know a thing or two.
Excellent, do tell.
What if they hit a bird in the dark?
That would be evil.
Oh, but we really let time get away from us. Look at how dark it's gotten.
Without the light from the stars above, we'd be lost in pitch darkness.
Yeah, thank Lord the Moon.
Dear me, I drug her around all day long, didn't I? Or perhaps I should say I had her drag me around all day long. As her guardian for the time being, I suppose I ought to have us retired earlier. Though Circe herself seems to have limitless reserves of energy.
Young people, am I right?
Yeah. Well, if we consider the constellations you can see in Japan during the summer... The first one that comes to mind is the Summer Triangle. Oh. I didn't read that last part. It's an easy one to find.
Triangle, eh? Then I presume it is made up of 3 stars?
Correct. Vega in the constellation of Lyra, Deneb in the constellation of
Sinus.
Sinus, and Altair in the constellation of Aquila. This trio of bright stars can be observed so close to the Milky Way in this constellation in this season.
What? I want to see! How do we go about identifying them?
Well, first... Low in the southern portion of the sky, look for a star that glows red. Antares of the what? I didn't read that. Of the Scorpio constellation. Thank you.
Southwest, you say? From here. That would mean facing inland and looking to the right.
Okay, try to find the red star low in the sky and point to it.
Summer Triangle. Yep.
Hercules. Huh.
Possibly the most famous of the summer constellations, the Summer Triangle. It's formed by connecting Vega in the constellation Lyra, Deneb in the constellation Sinus, and Altair in the constellation of Aquila. Vega and Altair are also said to represent Orihime and Hikoboshi, the two central figures of the Tanabata legend. The romantic imagery of the star-crossed lovers separated by the Milky Way has captivated most people's imagination since times immemorial. How to find the... Yeah, we know this. Okay, so looking through here... Oh, there it is.
Wait, I do believe I found it. The star just there, with the reddish tint. That must be Antares, yes?
Correct. That is indeed Antares, the brightest star in the Scorpio constellation.
Aha! I found it all by myself! Why, I make quite a celestial cartographer if I do say so myself.
I hate to rain on your parade, but we're supposed to be looking for the star in the summer triangle, so please try again.
Egots, that's right!
Why not try looking straight up from Antares? I bet you'll find Vega at the sky's zenith. Give it a shot.
Zenith means up, way up, right?
Yeah, just look up.
There, that must be it.
Bingo, that's Vega. One of the 3 stars in the summer triangle. In Japan, Vega is also called the Orihime star, and is famous for its connection to the Tanabata Star Festival.
Then that must mean Hikoboshi will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way from that one.
Exactly right. Can you figure out which one that is? One of the other stars in the summer triangle is in the same area. So see if you can find it. I think it's
This one.
just that one right there.
Eureka! I spotted it!
Oh, that's Altair. Altair, one of the 3 stars of the summer triangle. Part of the Aquila constellations, Altair is also known in Japan as Hikoboshi, for its role in the Tanabata Star Festival.
Oh, that means I managed to spot both Orihime and Hikoboshi. It's as if I draw the stars, cross lovers together with my own hand. How overjoyed they must be.
Yeah, nice work. I didn't expect you to be such a romantic. There's still another star in the summer triangle to find. It might be hard to see because of the angle.
Right you are. It certainly is a bit tricky to see something directly above you.
Yeah, dun. Oh, this.
If my eye is as discerning as I believe it to be, that's the one.
Oh, nice find. That's Deneb, one of the 3 stars in the summer triangle. Deneb lies within the Milky Way, which earns it the nickname Milky Way Star.
Ah, it does indeed appear to be swimming nicely along the starry stream. There, I've located all 3 stars to the summer triangle. How do you like that?
Good work. Now you've mastered the summer skies. Should I start addressing you as Professor?
That's me. Feel free to rely on my knowledge.
Alright then, tell me, what is another name for the Hikoboshi?
It was Altair?
Altair, yeah, I believe.
That's right. Well done, Professor.
Phew, I mean nothing to... Regardless, we've seen all there is to see here in Futamigaura. I'd even go as far as to call this a rub. I think that covers all the Mermaid legends for Mie Prefecture, but is there anywhere else here you're keen to visit, Circe?
We haven't even visited Issei Shrine yet. If you ask me, we've barely scratched the surface.
Ah, you got a point there. But it's getting late, so let's save that for tomorrow, shall we?
All right.
And then,
The next day.
there you. Mount Asama. Then unknown. Morning. Mount Asama is a city, Toba City. Wow, talk about a gorgeous view!
My bad.
It is something, isn't it? This is Mount Asama's observation platform. It overlooks Toba City on one side and Ise City on the other.
So that's Toba City over there, eh? What's Toba got going for it?
Well, first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Toba is Toba Castle, built in the Sengoku period by none other than the pirate daimyo, Lord Kuki, who at the time led the Kuki naval fleet.
Oh, that's more exciting than I anticipated.
As for the Tobashima area, it's famous for having the highest population of Ahama divers in Japan.
Aha! I knew there'd be something touristy. What if what a fantastic blend of culture and history.
Yeah.
Mount Asama. Mount Asama straddles the border between Ise City and Toba City, and is also known by its official name as Magatake, part of the Ise Shima National Park. It was selected as one of the 100 landscapes of Japan, listing a listing of famous scenic sites gathered from across the country. Kongoshoji, a temple located on the southern peak of Mount Asama, was built to protect Ise Shrine from the near-death traditionally regarded as a spiritually vulnerable direction. Perhaps as a result, many worshippers who visit Ise Shrine also make the journey to Kongoshoji. The observatory at the peak of the mountain offers a sweeping view of Toba City and the many islands that dot Ise Bay.
Apparently, Mount Asama's peak sits at 555 meters above sea level, so it's not that high. But as it's situated at the tip of Shima Peninsula, it offers a magnificent view of Toba Bay's coastline and the outlying islands.
Since we stopped by the shrine this morning, I assume we take the mountain path. All I can say is, this place takes my breath away. I for one hate climbing mountains.
Fair enough. Over there, you can see the titty of Toba spread out along the coast. By the way, they tend to call this the Ise Shima region. But most of the time, that term includes Toba as well, something to keep in mind.
So when I hear Ise Shima, I should also think Toba, eh? Good to know. Ise Shima. Although the term Ise Shima is sometimes used to refer to part of the Nansei southern region of Mie Prefecture, the area covered by this term is not clearly defined, with it usually referring to the two major tourist destinations, Ise Shrine and Shima Peninsula, and their surrounding areas. As the area referred to as Ise Shima also includes Toba City, it is also sometimes referred to as the Ise Toba Shima area to avoid confusion. Toba City. A city located on the northern eastern tip of the Shima Peninsula, adjacent to Ise City and Shima City, along with the city itself. Its administrative area also encompasses four populated islands. The combined area of modern Toba City and Shima City was formerly known as Shima Province. Its coastline features one of Japan's most notable coasts, and is renowned not only for its maritime industries, but also for its popularity as a tourist destination. Having originally sprung up as a castle town of the Toba domain, the years following the Meiji era saw Toba flourish as the center of the Shima region, with an abundance of marine products available in its waters. It is also famous for being home to highest number of active Ama divers in Japan. There are many guest houses run by divers and fishermen along the shore, providing visitors to the area with the opportunity to enjoy fresh seafood. She's been packed and ready to venture forth since the early hours of the morning. Though I myself beat her to the punch, having been too excited to sleep and wink all night. Nah. From what I hear, most of the inns in Toba are run by divers and fishermen. I can't wait to dig into some seafood tonight.
First off, you should know that the naval troops in the Sengoku period were basically just pirates.
Pirates, eh?
Yes, they would put together crews of rowdy sailors, arm them to the teeth, and have them patrol a designated area of the sea. They only actually served under their commander as a naval force.
That shit.
Yeah. As a naval force when there was a battle.
So that's what.
So
that's what the Navy was
Oh.
like back then, huh? A ragtag bunch of pirates only called on to do duty in times of need.
Exactly. In fact, such forces came to be called navies during the Edo period, and that was purely a matter of convenience. As for the Kuki Navy, it was one of
No, it is
it was
Navy.
one of
Yes.
the Navy. It was one of the pirate bands patrolling the waters of Ise Bay. One man named Kuki Yoshitaka was its commander, hence the name. He designated himself in the service of distinguished himself in the service of Nobunaga and
Oda Nobunaga.
Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, eventually rising to the position of daimyo of Shima province. That's why they called him the pirate daimyo. Daimyo. He started as a lowly pirate, but rose all the way to the top of the chain in command.
Do you say Oda Nobunaga? Him I heard of. He was the demon king of the Sixth Haven, no? I know Oda Nobunaga a lot too. Yep.
True, but that's a title he gave himself.
Still, a pirate and a daimyo. No, what an enchanting combination.
That may be, but he still wasn't blessed where allies were concerned. It seems he was always butting heads with his relatives.
Oh?
For one thing, he may have had his nephew, Sumitaka, assassinated in order to take over the Kuki clan. I am struggling.
Nah.
He also fought on the opposite side of his own son, Moritaka, in the decisive battle of Sekigahara. And in the end, spurred on his vessels, he committed suicide by his vassals. He committed suicide on Poshijima, that island over there. So while Kuki became daimyo of Shima province, his land was confiscated during his son's rule, and the clan fell into a decline.
fell into decline.
Life truly is full of ups and downs. How them I do fall? He must have been quite a character. Yup.
That reminds me, there's another fascinating legend related to the Kikuki clan.
Oh,
Kuki clan.
Do tell.
It's about Kuki Yoshitaka's nephew, Sumitaka. He had an extraordinary beautiful daughter named Princess Hatsune.
Hatsune Miku! I dare say I know where this is going. Whenever a legend starts with a beautiful daughter, it inevitably ends with trouble.
You're not wrong there. Princess Hatsune was so beautiful that she saw no end to suitors, and her father sought to marry her off to achieve his political ends. But the princess already had a lover, so she fought against her father's plans, and even ran away several times, only to be brought home.
I knew it! Alas, that's what life was like for the daughters of powerful figures in those days.
Well, Princess Hatsune laminated her fate. Must I be cursed with such misfortune merely for my beauty? And she didn't stop there. May no beautiful daughter be born on this land again. Such was the curse she left behind before throwing herself down a well.
Oh.
Well then, and so ends the legend.
Not what I call a happy ending. The princess may have had good intentions, but I'm sure no one else felt she was doing them any favors.
Good intentions? That isn't how I interpreted it.
Well, what's your take on the story then?
When authority figures try to force other people's hands, they bring these things upon themselves. It's just asking to be cursed, to get cursed.
Fair enough, I see your point.
Still, the princess did take it a bit too far. To me, though, it almost feels like that part was tacked on later. As if someone thought it would make the story more impactful, and that word of it would travel further, if the princess killed herself at the end.
Oh, if you're right, that would change the story completely.
But there is something else that interests me more. Sumitaka became head of the Kikugi clan in 1560, but he was so young that Yoshitaka had to be appointed as his guardian. His exact age at the time isn't known, but the common belief is that he was about 8 years old.
18.
18 years old.
Nothing unusual there. Premature inheritance were a common occurrence in those days.
But consider this. When Sumitaka died 24 years later in 1584, he would have been 32 years old.
Yes?
Even if we suppose that Princess Hatsune was 15, their ages don't quite add up, do they?
Age differences weren't so much a point of contention back then, but even so, that is a bit odd.
Which begs the question, did Princess Hatsune really exist to begin with?
And even if she did, was she really Sumitaga's daughter?
And Agate Magatama was unearthed at the place where the princess was supposedly buried.
A Magatama, you say? Like the one from the Free Relics?
Well, that could easily have been planted there to lend credibility to the tale.
Well, once you start doubting, it's hard to not see lights everywhere.
True. And the pursuit of the unknown starts with belief, doesn't it?
Oh no, not another one! He only said that shit to get money!
Oh no.
I actually said that shit to get money, Curly.
Well said.
Certain occult researcher taught me that one. No!
No! he really isn't.
You don't say.
Kuki, Princess Hatsune. The Kuki clan, the pirates who became feudal lords during the Sengoku period. Shima Province was home to a number of local clans, among which the Kuki clan was just one of the many pirate clans operating in Ise Bay. However, things changed when Kuki Yoshitaka correctly read the changing tides and allied himself first with Oda Nobunaga and then Toyotomi Hideyoshi, both powerful figures of the era. Rising to prominence as commander of the Kuki navy, he became the feudal lord of Shima Province, founding Toba Castle as his base of operations. While Yoshitaka was in the service of Nobunaga, the head of the Kuki clan was his nephew, Sumitaka, with Yoshitaka serving as his advisor. Despite his position, Sumitaka was a little more than a puppet lord and died young, reportedly due to illness just 2 years after the Honoji incident. However, some theories suggest that he was actually poisoned by Yoshitaka as part of a scheme to seize control of the family. The legend of Princess Hatsune. Kuki, Sumitaka's daughter, Princess Hatsune, was said to have been a woman of great beauty. Sumitaka planned to marry her as a part of a political marriage. However, Princess Hatsune refused, saying that she had already promised her future to someone else. Upon learning that Princess Hatsune beloved was a member of an enemy clan, Sumitaka was enraged and insisted that she marry the person he had chosen for her. Although Princess Hatsune made numerous attempts to escape in order to be with her lover, she was caught each time and forced to return home. Despairing to her of her fate, Princess Hatsune lamented her beauty, blaming it for her predicament, before throwing herself down a well in her sorrow. As she did so, she prayed with her last breath that no beautiful woman would ever be born in that land again. Or so the legend goes. Despite the tale preserving as part of the local folklore, many questions about the accuracy of Princess Hatsune's legend remain, including Sumitaka's age at the time.
Oh, I just realized something. Kuki Sumitaka died, or was assassinated, exactly 400 years ago.
Is that significant?
It is. A special spiritual significance is attached to periods of 400 years.
Yep.
For instance, the cycle of death and rebirth supposedly lasts 400 years, and some stories claim that a soul endures for 400 years. Of course, 800-year immortals have twice that lifespan. But as you can see, 400 years is widely considered a good cutoff point.
So there's the chance something happens after 400 years.
Maybe. In any case, we should probably tread carefully there.
It sounds to me as if we're in the right place at the right time.
Ama divers have a long history in the Tobashima region. Evidence indicates that free divers have been fishing in the area since ancient times.
You don't say.
Most notably, it said that Oben, who once presented an abalone to Yamatohime no Mikoto, was the very first Ama diver. In fact, there is a shrine dedicated to Oben in Kuzaki that is considered a sacred place to Ama divers of the Tobashima region.
Is that so? She must have been truly legendary.
Moreover, there are several poems in the famous 8th century poetry anthology Manioshu that
depict the Ama diving in Shima province. Or whatever. Ama divers also appear in dozens of ukiyo-e from the Edo period. Clearly, they were a popular theme.
It's quite incredible to think that their method of fishing has not only endured for so long, but has been recorded in such exquisite detail.
There is another point worth noting. Ama divers have long been linked to mermaids for their skills and grace. You could even argue that the Ama diver culture is so deeply rooted in this place is interwoven with the region's mermaid legends.
Ah, yes, there's a theory that the mermaids of Ise Bay were simply Ama divers.
It does seem likely that there's a connection between the two. I wouldn't be surprised if they were the originators of the legend.
Perhaps, but I'd be beyond disappointed if that's all there is to it.
Was there something else after that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. By the way, there's another legend surrounding the Yama divers of the Tobashima region regarding something called the Tomokazuki.
The Tomokazuki.
Here we go.
Yep, here we go.
It is believed that an Ama diver may encounter a copy of herself underwater, who will then offer her an abalone. If she accepts, the Tomokazuki doppelganger will drag her to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again.
Ugh, Circe, please don't spring scary stories on me out of nowhere.
That's why the Ama divers of this area wear Seimin and Domin symbols on them while they dive.
By the way, I did read about this shit, and yes, it is real, but also they're technically called Seimei, but Doman is and Doman. But that's mostly the localization name that they put with them, Seiman and Doman. But also also it makes me think. Well, Seimei was actually also a legendary figure of the Onmyoji, and which I'm gonna be guessing that's what they used for Seiman as the Seiman in the last game, because he also was an legendary Onmyoji. And Ashino. It sounds really similar to the first name of this guy, Doman, because it was Ashiyo Doman. I wonder if there's a relation there. Ashiyo. And they were, supposedly these two were also rivals, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, they must have drawn inspiration from that one.
Yeah. It's a tradition that has continued right up until the present day. There must be some reason for it beyond pure superstition.
Interesting.
On another note, the Yama divers of the Tobashima region possess such exceptional diving skills in addition to fishing. They also saved people from drowning and fetched objects that had sunk to the seafloor. Right up until the Meiji era.
Well, it sounds as if they were true diving professionals.
Exactly. In fact, after the Hike were defeated at Danoura and were lost beneath the waves.
Oh, we're back to the Heike already. I wasn't aware that there was a connection.
Well, after that fateful battle, who do you think they sent to reclaim the legendary sword Kusanagi no Tsurugi from the sea floor? Two Ama divers.
Aha! So their lost and found service were being employed even back then, eh?
And while they were diving, they came face to face with the vengeful spirits of the drowned Hike.
Brr! Sirs, please, you're going to give me nightmares!
At least that's what's depicted in the
ukiyo-e entitled... Ukiyo-e entitled... Okay, yeah, I had that right. In the Western Sea, the diving woman encountered the Heike in the depths of the water.
Such a deep connection! To think the Heike were even once depicted with Ama divers. They truly are a symbol of the Ise-Shima region.
Yes. But the setting for that ukiyo-e is Dan no Ura, which isn't anywhere near here. Still, it does go to show that Ama divers have held a deep connection to the sea for a very long time. And when we're talking about the Tobashima region, Ama divers are always going to be key players.
True, if you ask me, they should be brought up before the pirates.
Mind you, the Navy had a crucial role to play too.
Right, well, as fascinating as all of this has been, Circe, I'd say it's high time we return to our primary topic of interest here.
Oh? And what would that be? Personally, now that we visited the Ise Shrine, I'm more than less satisfied.
Tut tut! Circe, you disappoint me. We didn't come here purely to chase legends, did we?
Oh, and here I was hoping we could move on to buying souvenirs next.
You know perfectly well that the true purpose of my voyage is nothing more or less than a treasure hunt.
Right.
Of course, I'm sure all this information we've been gathering will come in handy as well. First things first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move.
Oh shit, yeah, that was a long one.
Was fucking long. And
with that
I don't
also,
think my...
Yeah, no, with that, that's all we're gonna do for today.
I don't think my throat can take any more of this.
Yeah, no.
Today.
Mine too. But yeah, if you guys like the video, please do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a good part of Discord server, so you're gonna be starting new uploads to YouTube and whenever I'm going live on Twitch, whenever I don't have a sucky internet. And with all that out of the way, I bid you all, my dear travelers, adieu. So bye bye, have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.